Hey, Dustin Tibbetts here, financial advisor with Jazz Wealth Managers. How's it going today? I thank you so much for watching. I know it's difficult to entertain people during these times and give them advice and help and tips and stuff, and I really do appreciate you guys watching, and I, of course, wish that you're safe as can be and hopefully not stirring up too crazy in your homes there. Anyways, we're going strong here and continue to help and educate you guys. And I've got a really quick one here for you today that has to do with the stimulus bill. Last week I did a class for our customers. I went through the whole stimulus bill. It's 880 pages long. No, I did not read the 880 pages to them, but I went through all the different topics that may be affecting them. I want to share one of them with you here today and maybe give some more detail if you're asking that question, because there's a lot of questions out there. And sadly, the CARES Act or stimulus bill really it left a lot open there. There's a lot of interpretation to what the new law is. So I at least want to lay one out for you here. And this has to do with your IRA. Basically what they said is if you need to take out money from your IRA, you could take out up to $100,000 from an IRA. If it's a pre-tax IRA, you owe the tax still, but you won't have to pay the penalty. So let's go over here and just explain real quick, because I know a lot of people are having a hard time. And you know, you might have to take money out of your IRA. I definitely would not discourage that. You have to do what you have to do to survive, and nobody, you know, that thinks otherwise really just probably doesn't know what's going on out there. So let's say that this is you. You have a business and you don't qualify for the grants and loans that are out there. You just have no other option to survive, and you want to take out $100,000 from your IRA. Well, what they're basically saying is the 10% penalty that you would normally pay, the $10,000, well, that's gone, right? They're not gonna hit you with the penalty. You still have to pay taxes on it, but there's some catches here, so hang with me. On a $100,000 withdrawal, let's say, well, you're in the 22% tax bracket, right? Let's say you don't have a job this year, you're in the 22% tax bracket, something happens. You know, I mean, we could do the math here. You're going to $2,000 in taxes. You have to pay that. You're gonna get to avoid the $10,000 penalty. But fair is fair. This money was pre-tax, so the IRS is saying you were going to take it out at some point and pay us tax. If you want to do it now, we'll just waive the penalty. So it's $22,000. Here's sort of the bonus or the catch that works in your favor. You've got 3 years to pay it off. You got 2020, 2021, 2022. You also have 3 years to put it back. So what would happen here is if you took out $100,000 or whatever the number is, you owe ordinary income tax there. So whatever tax bracket you're in, just imagine that as your rate there. But you've got these 3 years to pay it back. And it's evenly taxed over the 3 years. I'm sorry, not pay it back. You have 3 years to pay the tax. You don't have to pay it all in 2020. So imagine $22,000, you've got $7,300-ish. $7,300 is what you would owe if you wanted to spread it out. You don't have to, by the way, but if for some reason you wanted to and things don't pick up for you in your life, you've got those 3 years to do it. Now here's kind of a cool point. If you take $22,000 out, normally you can't put money back. If you take money out of an IRA, you're only allowed to contribute up to your maximum contribution for the year. In this case, they're saying whatever the number is that you take out, if you want to put it back in any 3 of these years, they will prorate the taxes that you would have owed. So let's say you take $22,000 out and you pay $7,300 in this year, is $7,300 in this year. You've got $7,300 left to pay in the taxes, but in that third year, things start picking up. You want to put the money back or some of it, you can actually prorate the taxes that you would owe on that. Now, this rule, this 10% penalty waiver is actually for people affected by the virus. Either you got it, your family member got it, you were laid off because of it, furloughed, you name it, just if it affected you. In my mind, that pretty much affects everybody, right? So I don't know how they're checking that. I think the Treasury Secretary actually said we're kind of going on the honor system or gentleman's code here. And I imagine you wouldn't take money out if you didn't want to take out money anyways. That's kind of what they're imagining. But that breaks it down for you. So that's the early withdrawal from the traditional IRA without the 10% penalty, but you will have to pay the taxes, stretch them out over 3 years. If you put the money back, they'll prorate the taxes. You won't have to pay any more of those. Again, I know it's odd times, man, just really interesting to see. You might know where we're at. Quick story. This is not, we don't have an office. We're like the only financial advisor that chose not to have a fancy office. We built a TV studio and we work in the TV studio to teach our customers and everything. And it's in an industrial plaza, right? I mean, so industrial street, they do granite, they do all kinds of stuff. Ghost town. Absolutely. We have the whole place to ourselves. We ride in scooters and skateboards up and down the street because there's nobody here to infect us. So kind of sad what's going on out there. The bottom line is, there's a tip for you. If you're one of our customers, go into the dojo. I went through the whole stimulus bill in a short class for you. Or, of course, if you have any questions, let me know. But for the rest of you, just be safe, right? Just keep learning, keep focusing on ways to keep your dough straight. We're going to work through it. If you're going through some tough times right now, do not make silly decisions. Get somebody to help you. Don't be scared to talk about financial difficulties. Any stress is going on in your life. You know, when everybody's going through it, you can talk about it. Nobody's going to laugh at you or be embarrassed. Or you don't have to be embarrassed. Work through it. Don't do anything silly out there. And hey, we'll talk to you soon. I hope you enjoyed the video. Enjoy. Thanks for watching.
Why should you choose Jazz Wealth as your retirement or long-term investing service? Our portfolios are managed by us, not some faceless mutual fund manager. Our private classes will teach you everything about investing and getting your dough straight. Best of all, our fiduciary standard means your best interest comes before ours.